Okay, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to Minecraft. Today we are going to be going through this map that I downloaded recently. It's called 10 Years of Minecraft. I don't know how this will go, but I guess we will find out momentarily. Weird name for a minecart, but sure. Oh, okay. So it's going to go through what each update was for the game. It's kind of that's neat. Sorry if I'm a little out of it. I haven't slept in a while. Um, I never liked Redstone. Combat Frostburn update. Now I have checked out this map before. I've only seen like a little bit with a friend of mine, and I specifically remember this. It just broke for some reason. And yeah, I don't want to keep all these rails, so we're just gonna get rid of them. And go up manually. I don't remember what the code was. So this is the map of this place. It is quite large. There's a lot to get to. But I told my friend at one point, there's this one part that I got stuck at. That we both got stuck at, that we couldn't figure out how to get through. And I said I was determined to figure it out. So maybe we'll get to that at some point. Alright, welcome to the vault. Here you will find every block in Minecraft safely under lock and key. Not really, it's much more high-tech than that. The vault uses a super secret 6-digit code which you'll never guess. Now what was it again? Having looked after Minecraft's blocks since day one, I'm getting awfully forgetful. I really should write it down somewhere. Nothing. 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 Okay. 170509. That's what it was. The back and forth is what I remember having to do. It's annoying. Alright. Cool. Now, I don't know if I necessarily want to get through each and every one of these blocks, because from what you could probably gather, they placed each and every block an item down in and put a book explaining what they are and what each block does and stuff. But clearly, because you can see the staircase, there are quite a lot. And I don't know if my voice can handle that. So, I don't know. So obviously, I won't be able to get through each and every one of these within one stream. It's going to take a long time to get through this, so if you guys would like, I could go through one floor per stream, So yes, I know that's a lot of streams, but as of, oh hey, look at that. As of right now, I don't know if my voice would be able to handle reading every single block. And there's obviously a lot more that we have to get to around this whole map. So, I think that's what we're gonna do, because I honestly don't want to lose my voice by the end of the stream. Really prefer not to. So, we're going to start with this one. So why not? We obviously, if you play Minecraft before, you know what each block is. But, yeah, I don't know. So, this block, right here, is the end stone. End stone is a block that generates exclusively in the end. Aside from generated structures, it makes up the entirety of solid ground existing in the end. With a blast resistance of 45, end stone cannot be picked up by Endermen, nor can it be destroyed by the Ender Dragon. This makes it a useful defensive block both inside and outside of the end. But don't forget to grab some before you leave, as it is the only block that you can plant chorus flowers on. You will need to take some home with you if you want to grow any chorus plants. End stone can be mined with a pickaxe of any level. It's neat. I don't know what order I'm gonna do this, and I'll probably do the inside and then do the outside. This is, yeah, okay. So if you couldn't tell what this was, this is cobweb. Be careful not to get stuck on the cobwebs. If you get caught, you will be slowed down drastically until you are able to wiggle free. You can quickly break cobwebs with a sword to get strong, or you can use shears to obtain the cobweb itself. You can find large amounts of cobwebs in abandoned mine shafts, particularly around cave spider spawners. See, we're getting... I'm not even going through like that. Anyway. We're getting useful information out of this, especially if you haven't played Minecraft before. I mean, unlikely. I don't see anybody that hasn't played this game, but maybe we'll run into some blocks you haven't seen because maybe you haven't played Minecraft in a while. Or maybe you've never played the game before, which again, doubtful. Because, I mean, it's 2021 and this game came out, obviously, as we could tell, years ago. Okay, so this is a mossy cobblestone block. A sure sign of a dungeon. Greener than its plain variant, mossy cobblestone is, well, covered in moss. This decorative block can be found in dungeons, jungle temples, the giant tree taiga biome, and in underwater ruins. I'm sorry if I pronounced some of these wrong, by the way. It can generate in pillager outpost watchtowers, as well as in plains taiga and snowy taiga villages. Alternatively, it can be crafted by combining cobblestone with vines. I didn't know that you could actually make this stuff. Originally, you had to just find it and mine it for yourself. I think with an iron pickaxe. But, I mean, I'm also really slow, of course, so it makes sense if I don't know. So, obviously, going next to this one, this is just cobblestone. You've reached the Stone Age. This incredibly common block is gained by mining stone with a pickaxe of any level. It is one tier better than wood and required if you plan on crafting a furnace or advancing further in the game. Don't feel like leaving your home to gather cobblestone? Create your own cobblestone generator with a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. When flowing water and lava come into contact with one another, a block of cobblestone will be created. Fun stuff. I don't even think this is where I was supposed to start, to be honest, but too late. I already started. I'm not sure what... I've never used this block, nor can I seem to figure out how to pronounce that thing. Mycelium, I'm gonna guess. Probably. Mycelium is a variant of dirt that generates instead of grass and mushroom fields biomes. If mycelium is mined with anything other than a silk touch tool, it will only drop dirt. Endermen can pick up mycelium blocks and will drop the block if they are holding if killed. This is one way to obtain mycelium if you do not have silk touch. As with grass, mycelium is capable of spreading to nearby dirt blocks. While mushrooms normally need low tide levels to be placed, they can be placed on mycelium blocks in any light level. Huge mushrooms can also be grown on mycelium. Again, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, but I cannot tell you for sure. So, yeah, this is just a grass block, of course. Along with cobblestone, grass was one of the first two blocks added into the game. This iconic block generates naturally in most biomes in the overworld. If you right-click it with a shovel, it will be turned into a grass path. But grass is delicate. If a block is placed on top of it, or if it is broken by anything other than a silk touch tool, it will transform into regular dirt. Then there are the mobs. Sheep like to eat it, and endermen can steal it. At least the endermen will drop the grass block if they are killed. No silk touch required. With all of these ways for your grass to be messed around with, it sure is tough maintaining a perfect front lawn. Luckily, grass spreads to nearby dirt blocks, so it will grow back. I don't understand why they had a 5th page if there's literally nothing on it. Anyway. Moving on. Again, don't know what that is. I've never used it. What? Podzol? Oh. Is a variant of dirt that generates in giant tree, taiga, and bamboo jungle biomes, as well as their respective variants. When broken, it will drop a regular block of dirt unless it is mined with a silk touch. Podzol allows mushrooms to be placed on it regardless of the light level, which allows for the growth of huge mushrooms. Unlike grass and mycelium, however, Podzol does not spread. Again, guessing what they're pronounced as, because I have no idea. Was there something here? Well, that's gonna be interesting. Coarse dirt. I know this. I'm not a fan of it. Coarse dirt is a variation of dirt that grass and mycelium will not spread on. Visually similar to regular dirt, it can be crafted by combining gravel and dirt. Oh, so there is a use for gravel other than flint. I did not know that. It spawns naturally in the overworld in all giant tree taiga biomes, wooded and modified wood badlands plateaus, and shattered savanna plateau biomes. Cool. Yeah, and if you couldn't tell by the rest of them, this is just dirt. Dirt! Making up most of the overworld's upper layers in various thicknesses. It lies unseen below a single layer of grass. It can be obtained by hand, but a shovel is the fastest way to dig it up. Dirt also drops if you break glass, mycelium, or podzol without a silk touch tool. Not sure what to do with all of your dirt? Consider building a farm. Unless you plan on hunting or fishing all day, building a farm is the easiest way to create a renewable source of food. So while it may seem like a rather simple and common block, dirt is useful. Besides, how else are you supposed to survive the first night without building a dirt hut? I mean, one of the first things I do when I load up a world is get wood. So I don't know what they mean by building a dirt hut. They don't look pleasant at all. Huh, natural blocks that way and then plants that way. Why was there a sign on the other end? I don't think there was. There was not. So what? Okay. Obviously there are blocks on the other side. Other variants of the other ones, I'm assuming this is just stone. One of the earliest blocks added to the game, stone is an extremely common block that is found in the overworld. It will drop nothing unless it is mined with a pickaxe, in which case it will drop cobblestone. Cobblestone can be smelted in a furnace to transform it back into stone. Stone will also be created if lava comes in contact with flowing water. Stone is everywhere, so much so that it almost had a place in the very name of the game. Before Minecraft was known as Minecraft, the game was merely called Minecraft Order of the Stone. Huh. Weird name for it, but sure. If you don't know what this is soul sand. You find it in the nether. Covered in tiny screaming faces, soul sand is found below Y level 65 in the nether or in the nether wart room of nether fortresses. It is primarily used for growing nether wart, but 4 pieces of soul sand are also required to construct a wither. Soul sand will slow the movement of any player or mob that walks over it. If it is placed above ice, packed ice, or slime blocks, the slowing effect will be even stronger. When it is placed underwater, it will also release a column of bubbles that will speedily lift any player's mobs and items up to the surface. Yeah, I remember that you need soul sand to go up. It's like a water elevator. And you also don't lose oxygen because of the bubbles. And then if you have a magma cube block, which I think is over there, you can do practically the same thing, but it'll drag you down instead of pushing you up. This is a sand block. Sand generates naturally in many overworld biomes, but it will always be found in deserts, beaches, and rivers. Red sand generates in Badlands biomes and its variants. It is also almost always used to cover up buried treasure chests. Since a shovel is the fastest method of breaking and obtaining sand, make sure to keep a shovel handy if you're on a treasure hunt. Which is very true, because those chests in those piles of sand and sandstone and stuff is so hard sometimes, because sometimes it's just underwater as well. It's just a pain to have to dig it up by hand. It takes way too long. While sand generally appears in layers that are 4 blocks deep, supported by stone or sandstone, sand can also spawn floating in the air, which is, I find, very weird, because once you break it, it just, like the next page says, be careful, as sand is affected by gravity. If you place or break a block near its precariously perched pile of sand, the entire floating cluster will come crashing down. Sand that falls on a mob or player will cause them to suffocate, but sand that falls on non-solid blocks such as torches, redstone, dust, rails, or slabs will break and drop a block of sand instead of piling up. Sand can be used to craft a number of decorative blocks, and it is also one of the 2 main ingredients required to craft TNT. When smelted, it will produce glass. We still have so much. That was literally a corner out of all of them. I think we're gonna go to the plants last, so let's start here. And if you couldn't tell by earlier, this is just called air. Air. Literally just air. Air is generated in any space not occupied by a block. It is created and destroyed when blocks are removed and placed, so it cannot be kept in your inventory. Air's presence often goes unnoticed and unappreciated. Unappreciated. Of course, that's until you start to run out of it while swimming. I don't know why. Okay. This should be andesite? Yeah. Andesite is a decorative variant of stone that generates in the overworld. It can be mined with a pickaxe or crafted by combining cobblestone with diorite. Didn't know you could craft andesite. I'm learning a little bit of new stuff with this because I didn't know you could craft it. This is diorite, by the way. Diorite is a decorative variant of stone that generates in the overworld. It can be mined with a pickaxe or crafted by combining cobblestone with nether quartz. That seems likely. I can see that. Though, of course, to get quartz you have to go into the nether for it. So it's just easier to just mine it as you're mining below the surface. This is granite. Granite is a decorative variant of stone that generates in the overworld. It can be mined with a pickaxe or crafted by combining nether quartz with diorite. But how does it make this okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna ask. Bedrock. Try as you might, this block is impossible to break unless you are in creative mode. You can find bedrock protecting you from the void at the lowest 5 levels of the overworld, and at the top and bottom of the nether. Funny thing is, the void isn't 5 levels. It is literally endless unless you're in survival or other. It's only endless if you're in creative, I think. No, actually, I don't know how that works. Because after a certain point, you just stand there in creative, or you die in survival, or any other mode that you can die from, or die in. But that's not the point. Bedrock was added to Minecraft on the 10th day of the game's development. This means that bedrock was added to the game before water, lava, ores, and logs. Huh. Nice to know. This, I believe, is a bone block. I don't know what they're actually called. Oh, literally bone block, okay. I've got a bone to pick with you. Bone blocks are decorative blocks that are naturally generated as part of fossil structures found in desert and swamp biomes. Aside from decoration, they can be used to store bone meal. Yeah. Bone blocks can be mined with any pickaxe. If they are broken without a pickaxe, they will drop nothing. With an extra page, that's great. Clay block? Or just clay? Clay is obtained from clay blocks, which are found at the bottom of lakes, rivers, and swamps. Each clay block will drop 4 pieces of clay that can be crafted back together. There are many decorative uses for clay, and depending on whether you smelt the entire block or its individual pieces, you will gain different final products. Which I believe clay turns into concrete in Minecraft anyway. It's just coal ore. When mined with a pickaxe, coal ore will drop a single piece of coal. If it is mined with a fortune enchantment, the ore may drop an extra piece of coal per enchantment level to a maximum of 4 coal with fortune 3. When used in a furnace as a fuel, it will last 80 seconds and smelt up to 8 items. Can't find coal? Burn some logs and you'll get charcoal, which has the same properties as coal. Yeah, but charcoal doesn't last as long as coal or coal does, so it's not very smart to do it that way, but yeah, you'll see what I mean. But anyway, that is that corner done. Let's get on with this one. Like the I already forgot the name of this block. I feel dumb. Endstone. That's it. Endstone. This is Endstone brick. Endstone bricks can be crafted from 4 pieces of endstone. As with other brick blocks, it can be mined with any pickaxe, but will drop nothing if broken without a pickaxe. Endstone bricks can also be obtained by disassembling the structures in end cities, which are generated on the outer islands of the end. Fire. Fire is a harmful non-solid block that will spread to nearby flammable blocks unless fire spread has been turned off with the command / gamer rule do fire tick false. Blocks and items that catch fire will burn for some time before being destroyed. Even with fire spread enabled, it is not all lost. Fires eventually burn out on their own. However, fires started on netherrack or magma blocks will burn forever and will need to be put out manually. Coming in contact with fire will set you on fire. You can either wait for it to burn out, or you can jump in water to extinguish the fire before it does too much damage. Tired of waiting for lava, lightning, blazes, and gas to start fires for you? You can light your very own fires with a flint and steel or fire charge. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Awesome. Obviously, this is lava. Lava. Ouch, that's some hot stuff. Why are these books like this? Anyway, spawning in pools in the overworld and covering most of the nether, lava is a light-emitting fluid block that causes fire damage. When combined with water, lava can produce stone, cobblestone, or obsidian depending on how the two fluids interact. When gathered in a bucket, lava can be used as fuel. It has the longest burning value in the game, capable of smelting 100 items with a single bucket of lava. Items that fall into lava will be destroyed, so hold on to your diamonds and be careful while mining. Yet another reason not to dig down. Or dig up. Don't dig straight up either. That's just dumb. I think this is the magma block that I was talking about earlier. Magma blocks are light-emitting blocks that can be found in the nether between Y levels 23 and 37. It can also be found in the overworld at the bottom of ocean ravines, in underwater caverns, and in some underwater ruins. Alternatively, a magma block can be crafted from 4 magma cream. While magma blocks do not destroy items, they will hurt mobs and players that stand on top of them, unless you're crouching. Players can avoid taking fire damage from magma blocks by using fire resistance potions, wearing frostwalker boots, or simply sneaking while walking across them. Or crouching, as I just said. Underwater magma blocks create whirlpool bubble columns that drag any items, boats, mobs, and players caught in them to the bottom of the sea. Luckily, you can restore your air by swimming through a magma block's bubble column. But be careful, despite being underwater, magma blocks will still hurt you if you come in contact with them. Yeah, they're not too fun if you're not crouching. Though, at the same time, you would have to take a lot of hits from being on top of them at the same time. This is glowstone. Glowstone is a light-emitting block that occurs naturally in the nether. It generates in clusters that hang from the underside of netherrack. Unless it is mined with silk touch, glowstone will shatter into 2 to 4 pieces of glowstone dust. If it is broken with a fortune tool, it has a higher chance of dropping more glowstone dust, but it will never drop more than 4 pieces of dust. You can craft 4 pieces of glowstone dust back together to form 1 piece of glowstone. With a light level of 15, glowstone produces the brightest possible light level in the game. Use it to light up your creations or craft it into a redstone lamp for a more decorative alternative. See, I'm already having a hard time just trying to figure this out. Or just reading these. It hurts my mouth. Alright. Gravel. The bane of my existence. So is sand, but I hate gravel more. It's the most hated block, as far as I know. Gravel is affected by gravity. If there is no block beneath it when mined, it will fall until it lands on the next available block. However, if it falls on non-solid blocks such as torches, redstone, dust, rails, or slabs, or on soul sand, it will break and drop a piece of gravel instead of piling up. When broken, there is a 10% chance that a piece of flint will be dropped instead of gravel. The Fortune enchantment increases the chance of flint dropping to 14%, at Fortune 1, 25%, at Fortune 2, and 100% at Fortune 3. See, I did not know there was percent chances, or differences, as far as those go. This is Netherrack. It's great. Netherrack makes up the majority of the Nether's terrain. Breaking netherrack by hand will yield nothing, but mining it with any pickaxe will shred through it in a fraction of a second. Once netherrack has been set on fire, it will burn it indefinitely, making it a unique decorative block. Speaking of decorative blocks, netherrack can be smelted and crafted into nether brick blocks, so you don't even need to find another fortress if you want some. That is true, though I don't know why you would want netherrack or nether brick, other than the fact that it is red. I don't see any other point to it. It's broken easily. I don't like. It doesn't. Endstone at least has the. Well, actually, not endstone. Your best bet as to like protecting your base from explosions and stuff is probably just obsidian or bedrock. That's literally it. Though again, you can't mine bedrock in survival, so your best bet if you're in survival is obsidian. But anyway. Oh, speaking of obsidian, here it is. Anyone interested in taking the ice bucket challenge? Running water over lava source blocks will create obsidian, but it will require a diamond pickaxe to successfully mine it. With a blast resistance of 6,000, obsidian has the highest blast resistance a player can obtain in survival mode, which explains why it takes such a long time to mine. But since it's required to build another portal or craft a beacon, enchantment table, or ender chest, it is definitely worth the wait. As annoying as it is, yes. Prismarine, I don't, other than, making a pool, this block is what I use at the bottom of the pool most of the time. I don't see the point in it. Prismarine is a stone-like decorative block that only appears underwater in ocean monuments. It can be crafted from prismarine shards, which are dropped when guardians and elder guardians are killed, which is also a pain to do in survival, by the way. So, like lava, this is water. It's liquid, hence why the chest is in the floor instead of next to it, like the other ones. Water everywhere. Water is a renewable fluid that generates naturally in large quantities to form oceans, lakes, rivers, and springs in the overworld. In snowy biomes, water can freeze and turn into ice. Water source blocks can be collected with a bucket. Emptying these buckets of water into a 2x2 space will create an infinite water source. However, water will evaporate if you try to replace it in the nether. Or try to place it in the nether. Water will spread downwards endlessly as long as there is available space below it. However, it can only flow 7 blocks horizontally from its source block, if it is on a flat surface, washing items along with it. Items that are dropped in water will eventually float back to the surface. To get through water, you will need to swim. Unlike items, you do not float. Underwater, you will have 15 seconds before you begin to run out of air. So make sure you remember to swim back to the surface to catch your breath. When I first started playing Minecraft on PC, back when I was still able to play PC, when I first started trying to play it, I didn't know how to swim, and I spawned practically in water. I moved, and I couldn't figure out how to jump. But back then, to be fair, I was like 7, I think. So I didn't know a lot of stuff back then, but it's fine. We won't talk about it. This is a sea lantern. Sea lanterns are underwater light sources that appear in ocean monuments and in underwater ruins. The sea lantern itself can only be obtained when mined with a silk touch tool. If it is broken by anything else, it will drop 2 to 3 prismarine crystals instead. Since it does not drop any prismarine shards when broken, the other material required to craft sea lanterns, this is a very inefficient way to gather sea lanterns. With a light level of 15, sea lanterns produce the brightest possible light level in the game. However, they can be used for more than decoration. Sea lanterns can also be used to activate a conduit by building a structure around it. Decorative and useful. Snow. Snowball fight. Snow generates naturally in snowy biomes and above Y level 95 in mountain biomes. Snow will fall instead of rain in these areas, and it will coat the ground in a thin, pristine layer of snow. It will not melt in the sun, however, placing a block with a light level of 12 or more will cause surrounding snow to melt. I've had that happen before, same goes with ice. I don't know about packed ice, but I know that's how it is with other ones. Yeah. Diamond speaking. There are a few other blocks that cause excitement upon their discovery. Generating naturally in the world below Y level 16, diamond ore will drop diamonds when mined with an iron or diamond pickaxe. Used to craft the best tools and armor in the game. Every player hopes to find diamonds while mining. However, be careful while collecting them. The last thing you want is for your diamonds to fall into a patch of hidden lava. Or you fall into the lava after just mining it. That would suck too. Emerald. One of the least common... I remember for a while, these blocks were... They were in the game. They were pretty easily found, kind of like with gold blocks. They're more likely to be found than lapis blocks or gold ore blocks. And redstone. I think it would like practically match up with gold and redstone blocks, to be fair, or like in between them back then. And then for a while, they were so rare to find. They were like, I'm pretty sure for a while they were even more rare than diamonds. And I think only, for me anyway, only recently have I been able to find emerald ore and stuff. But yeah. Emerald ore is one of the rarest mineral blocks in the game. Generating between Y levels 4 and 32 in mountain biomes, emerald ore will drop emeralds when mined with an iron or diamond pickaxe. These emeralds can be used as currency in villager trades or to power beacons. I've never actually powered a beacon in survival. That's one of the achievements I need to make. I'm just learning how to craft some stuff because I never had to before. I wasn't a big builder back then, but that's not the point. Moving on. onto the gold ore. Mined with an iron or diamond pickaxe, gold ore is a rare mineral. Was I saying material? I meant mineral. Block that can be found below Y level 32 in the majority of biomes. In Badlands biomes and its variants, gold ore is also generated between Y levels 32 and 79. Huh. Neat. Iron. Generating between Y levels 1 and 63, iron ore is the most common mineral block that can be used to craft armor and tools. Arguably the next best alternative to diamond, you need at least a stone pickaxe in order to mine it. As it does not generate above Y level 63, you will not be able to find iron ore in the upper levels of mountains biomes. Iron ore is only useful once it's smelted into iron ingots, which can then be crafted into better armor, tools, and weapons. Of course, you can also craft yourself a handy bucket or a pair of shears. Or once you get the ingot, you can turn it into a iron nugget, I think it's called. This is a lapis lazuli block. Generating below Y level 31 with the highest concentrations found between Y levels 13 and 16, lapis lazuli ore drops lapis lazuli when mined with a stone pickaxe or better. Previously used as a dye, lapis lazuli can be used to enchant items in an enchantment table. Depending on the enchantment level, 1 to 3 pieces of lapis lazuli will be consumed per enchantment. Lazuli. Such a weird word. Redstone ore. Generating below Y level 16, redstone ore will drop 4 to 5 pieces of redstone dust when mined with an iron or diamond pickaxe. Redstone ore will emit light and red particles when it's clicked, updated, or contacted by any mob or player. Redstone dust is used for brewing and crafting, but its primary use is to transmit power via redstone circuitry and wires. Oh, this is ancient debris, I believe. I've never actually mined one in a survival game, because you have to go so far down. Kind of like with diamonds, you have to be at a certain level in the nether to find this stuff, and it is much harder to find. This stupid block. This is what you would need to, I believe, you craft it. I've never, like I've said, I've never mined it in a survival game. I've never had to actually craft, but this is what you get netherite from. I think I wouldn't know. Oh wait, that's not ancient debris. I don't know why I said that's ancient debris. I know that's nether. Oh my lord. As you guys listen to me rambling, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Nether quartz ore is the only ore that generates in the nether, which is also the only source of nether quartz. Not true. Oh wait, I don't even think, because this is just the first 10 years of Minecraft, I don't think netherite or ancient debris would be in this, would it? I don't actually know. Anyway. Which is also the only source of nether quartz. Generating between Y level 7 and 117, nether quartz ore will drop 1 piece of nether quartz as long as it's mined with a pickaxe. 4 pieces of nether quartz can be crafted into its block form. I guess this is, I mean, I did say I've never actually mined it before. They almost look similar. let me read this one and then I'm gonna go see if I can find it if it's here. But this is a purpur block. Purpur blocks and purpur pillars are decorative blocks that are naturally generated in end city dungeons and end ship structures, which appear on and near the outer islands in the end. Alternatively, purpur blocks can be crafted from 4 pieces of popped chorus fruit, and if you make these blocks into slabs, you can use these slabs to craft some fancy purpur pillars. Alright, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to climb up this thing and see if I can find it, and then we'll go through all of the plants and stuff, which it should be interesting. I've never actually gone up to the higher level, so this is weird. Wow. Do they get... Oh, it's a different type. Oh, my nose itches. From what I can see, I don't see it on this level. Can you actually craft command blocks in this? I don't know how that would work. Again, because I've never actually had to craft one before. Oh, okay, we can go through that after I finish downstairs. Okay, we just went through here. So let's go up again. Oh dear. There's so much to this game, it's hard to tell. Oh, there's even more blocks.